What's up guys, SkittleRampage here. So today we're going to be ranking every single One Piece Funko Pop on a tier list. So let's check it out. Hey guys, so we're in the office now and we do have our One Piece Funko Pop tier list here. Now if you guys want to do this one yourselves and share your results with me over on Twitter and Instagram, I'll leave a link down below for you. So in the One Piece set, we have 60 Funko Pops now. Recently, we got a ton of crazy announcements, and those are all included here as well. The rankings do include S, A, B, C, D, E, and F. F obviously being the worst, S being the best. Now, I couldn't find the person's comment, but they commented on like 2 or 3 videos as to asking me if I could do a One Piece Funko Pop collection tier list, so this video is for that person. Now, I do want to remind you guys that this is going to be based solely off my opinion and how I feel where each pop does go. If you guys disagree, just know getting mad at me does nothing. So yeah. So I guess we'll go ahead and start off with Eustace Kid here. Now, where to put him? He is a very, very great looking pop. I think it matches his character very well. I think I'm going to put him in like A tier personally for me. I do think his character is really cool. I don't think he's like one of my favorite characters in One Piece personally, but I know a lot of people love him at the same time. But I think his pop is really true to the character detail, so I'm going to put him a little bit higher on this list. Trafalgar Law, S tier for me, honestly. I think this pop looks amazing. I hate that a lot of them are arriving damaged, though. I still have to actually check mine, to be honest, in the mail, so I'm worried about that. But I think the pop rides are definitely a very unique set that they're doing, and if they stopped here, I would be perfectly okay with that, but I really do like this one. Now, Usopp here, I do like his character. I recently actually just got his autograph from Sunny. I think I want to put him at A. I think I'm going to put him at A. God Usopp. I feel like that's a fair thing. Because I'm going based off personally how I feel with their molds and how the pop overall looks, if it matches the character. I think I'm going to go with A. Nami here, I feel like I'm kind of sad we haven't gotten another Nami pop, and like this is the only one we have. Most of the other characters all have variations. Just because this is a really good one and she has her staff, I'm going to put in an A tier as well. Jinbei. The chase is very simple. I'm going to put the chase probably at like a D because they could have done a lot more with Jinbei's pop for a chase. It's just kind of like a rope swap, essentially. That's pretty much it. But I do like Jinbei's pop. I think it actually, I'm going to put it lower. I'm going to put him at C and him at D just because they should have made Jinbei a 6-inch pop and they didn't for some reason. Even though his pop looks really good, his head does look a little weird in pop form, but yeah, I'm going to put him a little lower just because he should have been a 6-inch pop, and his chase a little lower just because I felt like they could have done more with it, but it is a really cool one. Kaido, S tier. This pop is freaking amazing. Love that they made him a 6-inch pop. The detail on it is absolutely crazy. They also gave him a different style box, if you didn't know that. It's not your traditional 6-inch box, but Kaido, that pop turned out awesome. Frankie. For Frankie's character, I feel like the mold's a little simple just because there's so many things they could do with Frankie. So I'm going to go with B for Frankie. I would place him higher if they did more with it, but it's just kind of him just standing there, essentially. Nothing too crazy with this. But then again, something you got to take into account, I think that's like from 2016. They did that a lot with a lot of Funko Pops where they just made him standing there and just match the character detail. So it does look like Frankie, of course, but there's so much more they could have done with him personally. Luffy, I think this one matches the character pretty well. I'm going to put him in A tier. I do like the look of that pop. It is an older style, but I like the look of that one. Nico Robin, she's S tier because I just love Nico Robin. Be biased. Nico Robin. They could have done so much more with their molds though, and I really hope we get another version of her outside of the Wano one coming in October. But still, she has to go S tier. Love her. Boa Hancock, I think it matches her character really well as well. Actually, no, I'm gonna put her A tier because I do like her, but she's like my second waifu in One Piece. So, Ace, I really like his pop. I'm gonna put him A tier just because I also really love Ace. And I think they did a good job on his pop. I wish it would have originally been glow in the dark. That would have made more sense, but still, I think it turned out really nice. Zoro, absolutely love Zoro. His mold is kind of basic, just him standing there versus his kind of like 3-sword style here or Zoro with Inma down here. So I'm going to place Zoro at the B tier. But I feel like you could say the same. Actually, I'm going to go with Luffy for this B tier. Just because it's a really good pop. It matches the character, but the mold is very, very simple. Just him standing there. Usopp, at least, like, for example, he's in an action pose. Okay, so he's, like, you know, pulling back the slingshot. Nami, at least she's kind of in a pose because Luffy's just like this. He's like, T-pose, you know, like Nami's like, you know, hand on her hips, staff out. I think that one deserves to be an A. Zoro, kind of the same as Luffy there. Same with Frankie. Chopper, I'm going to go with B for his regular, but A for his flocked one because it makes sense to make him flocked. I do like that. I think Snake Man turned out really good. I'm going to go with A tier for Snake Man, but C tier for the metallic because I've seen photos of it and it's not a really good. Actually, I'm going to go D tier for the metallic just because I wanted it to be the better mold, but the metallic paint job is not that great on this pop, unfortunately. Sanji, love Sanji's character. Definitely should have been a glow-in-the-dark pop originally. I'm going to go with A tier just because he is using an ability in this, and it's like an action pose, and it matches Sanji's character, and I love the eyebrows as well. Sabo here. Sabo, I'm going to go with... He does have the flames at the end of the staff. I think it's fair to put Sabo at A. Hungry Big Mom. This pop is really heavy in person, if you have not picked it up. Very, very heavy, like 3 pounds heavy. I think the mold's elite. I think they did a fantastic job with it. Did we need 3 Big Mom pops? Absolutely not. 4, technically, if you count the chase. Absolutely not. Because her mold is so good, I'm going to give her an S tier. Just because her mold is absolutely elite. But I feel like I should... Yeah, I'm gonna place her there just because her mold is absolutely amazing. She's not my favorite character, but I'm gonna place it just because of her mold. Bone Kichi, I don't care that much for that pop. I like the Samurai Brook. I like the NYCC Brook. This one, just not a lot of people asked for, you know. So I think it's funny. I think it's cool. I love Brook, but didn't need to really be made personally. Trafalgar Law. So he's holding up his hand to do room, but they never put the ability in his hand. I'm going to go C tier with his original pop just because I feel like it lacked a lot of details like these newer ones have, but at the same time, it definitely matched his character as well. Maybe B tier, just because it's kind of similar to these. Oh my god, the Fundum Luffy, don't even get me started on this. We're going to go E for both of them. Actually, the chase is an F because it's just hockey on his fist. It's like there's so much more you could have done. Maybe you could have made the chase like pinkish and like the steam more coming off of him, but instead they just put a black Sharpie hockey fist, you know. So E just because they didn't match the character at all. Ace Wanted poster. I'm going to go S tier just because this is going to be a really fantastic lineup. I really hope they do more, and I think that's a really cool thing. Odin here, I like it, but I'm personally going to go C tier if I had to say. Crocodiles, I really like. I think they did a great job on this pop. I wish they kept the hook the original color they did, but still, it does look good. I'm going to go with F tier for the Luffy Tar Metallic. Even though I personally like the look of that more than the common, I would say that this one is much better just because making it metallic makes no sense and it's just an unnecessary variant. Zoro 3 Sword Style, fantastic mold. Absolutely love it. I just hate that it took so long, but I just think it deserves S tier. Doflamingo, I hope we get another version of his character, like an updated pop. Either way, this one's really good. I'm going to put it in A. Gold Roger, very simple chase. I'm going to go with F tier. Even though it's his pirate hat, it makes sense he wears it. I'm going to go with F tier just because it's actually I'm going to be generous and put it in D tier because I do like the pirate hat chase. But the Gold Roger pop, I think, is really, really nice. But all in all, nothing too crazy with it. It just matches his character, you know? So I'm going to put it in A tier just because King of the Pirates. Okay, so the Red Hawk Luffy is actually really, really nice. Lots of detail there. I'm going to put the regular in A. I'm going to put them both in A. I'm going to put the glow in S, but the regular in A. Buggy Clown, absolutely elite mold. Actually, I'm knocking it down some points because it was arriving with damaged base stands, and they didn't account for that. So, like, so many people's are broken. Even though I love Buggy. No, I'm not going to fault him for that because that's not his fault. I'm acting like he's a real person. S tier just because I love that they incorporated his Chop Chop Fruit into the pop, so I'm going to give him S tier. Here's where we get into the tricky part because I think the armored set for Luffy, Chopper, and Brook are, like, really, really cool. I think it's really cool, but they're like so overvalued in my opinion. If they weren't Funko Shop exclusives and they were regular exclusives, I think it would be very, or if it didn't have a chase, for example, I think it'd be the same situation as Luffy, Luffy Taro here, where it just really wouldn't be worth that much if it didn't have that chase. So just because they also made something that nobody technically asked for, and if it didn't have a chase, it wouldn't be very popular other than just being One Piece. So I'm going to rank these lower. Like, honestly, all of these, I'm going to put them all in C tier because they're cool, but you know, I don't think they really deserve to be any higher than that personally. Law, so this is where he's using room. I think this is a really great mold. I think I like the chase as well. I'm going to put it in S tier as well just because it's very unique where they have him holding Caesar's heart. I think that's really awesome personally. So great job there. Shanks, so much more they could have done here. I like him holding the straw hat. It makes sense, but if I'm going the theme of very simple poses, I'm going to put Shanks in A, and I'm going to put the chase in B. Because I do like Shanks, and it makes sense for him to have the hat, and a chase is supposed to be something different, so I don't want to bash it too much. But at least he has a straw hat, very important to the story, so I'm going to give it some extra points. This Brook mold, just absolutely elite. It's the one everybody wants. If it wasn't NYCC exclusive, I'm sure more people would obviously own it. Child Big Mom, F tier. Nobody asked for this, like, at all. Like, I don't think anybody cares for this pop at all, unless they're like a Big Mom stan, you know? Big Mom with homies, it's funny, but I'm going to put it in D tier just because I think the hungry Big Mom kind of like solidified that, so we didn't need both at all. But at the same time, this is also like a regular, I'm going to give it C tier actually, just because this is a regular, man, I feel like I should put it higher because it's a really good mold still. It's just, it shows her regular character, so I like that. I'm going to bump her to B tier because she is a really, really good looking pop, but at the same time, we didn't need both of these. Whitebeard. Oh, I love that this chase is so different, and Whitebeard's just awesome. So I'm going to put Whitebeard in A and the chase in S tier. I think that's awesome. Unfortunately, and I'm sorry if Chalice is watching this video, I got to put this one in like E. I got to put it lower just because it didn't turn out like most people hoped, myself included. I was hoping it was going to be a lot more. I'm going to be generous a little bit and be D tier, but I think the chase could have turned out better. It looks very much like candle wax. I don't really know what happened with the design on this one, but actually, no, I gotta rank it lower. It's not one of the best chases. It's cool. I like Sanji. I like the pop, but the regular pop's like elite, amazing. Everybody preferred the common over this chase, unfortunately. Buff Chopper. As much as I like this pop, the mold looks very weird. Like the texture of it, I've always thought it looks very weird, very squished. Even though I love Chopper, the molds just always look very squished. So I gotta rank it a little lower. Of course, you guys already know these are going S tier because the ships are amazing. I hate that we got them so back to back. I wish they would have spread it out, but all the ships fantastic. Gear 4 Luffy, not even a competition. Actually, no, I'm going to move Snake Man up to S as well because it turned out really, really good. Like, both of them turned out really good. Zoro with Enma. As far as accuracy goes, they got I forget what it's called. Basically, they got part of the sword wrong. I can't remember it off the top of my head. A lot of people were pointing this out to me. I didn't even realize, but and the glow is not too great. So I'm going to lower him to A tier because his mold's fantastic, but they got a detail wrong and the glow's not great. So I'm going to put him at A personally, but I still think it's really good. So he was knocked out of S tier because of that. This one, they literally only made Sabo's like, where's Sabo? Where'd he go? Okay, I just found him. I like went completely over him multiple times. Sabo, right here. They literally only made the fire on the tips of his spear glow in the dark and threw it in a 4-pack to sell more comments. That's it. It's just like, ugh. Okay, let me check really quick if I want to make any last minute changes, and then we'll see what the final list looks like. Okay, so I think I found one change so far that I wanted to do. I actually want to switch the Shankses. I want to put the one where he's holding the straw hat, the chase, in A, and lower the other one to B. Now, something else I decided to do was move Crocodile to A from B, just because I think they match the character very, very well, to be honest. And I like that he's at least holding like a sand tornado in his hand. I think that's a really unique little detail. So I'm going to bump him up to A. Okay, so the last change I'm going to do is add Eustace Kid to S tier, just because I think they did a fantastic job on his mold, and I don't want to knock him down just because he's not my favorite One Piece character, so I'm going to bump him up a little bit because they did a fantastic job on him. Other than that, though, I think I'm pretty happy with my list and how it turned out. Obviously, not all of you are going to agree with me here. If you guys would change anything on my list, let me know down below in the comments. And again, remember, if you guys want to do this list, make sure to check the description for the link, and make sure to share and tag me on Twitter or Instagram. All right, guys, so that was my One Piece ranking tier list video. If you did enjoy, make sure to smash that like button down below. If you guys want to see some other sets ranked in videos like this, make sure to drop a comment down below and give me some suggestions. With that, though, I do want to say a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys absolutely rock for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon-only Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. We also have a Facebook group with over 17,000 members that's buy, sell, and trade. And make sure to be following me on all my social medias at SkittleRampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.